let's do this, bro. What's going on? Yeah. That's not gonna happen. I can't believe that I attempted to do this fake enthusiasm. And I'm sure you guys have heard this, right? Like when Indians, especially us Indians, try to copy especially American slang, like what and I mean, can I call it black slang, black pop culture? There's a girl who used to work, oh man, that was the most hilarious thing to witness. She used to work in the same radio station as me, right? And she used to host a show. I mean, if you can call it that, she was on a radio show. She thought, how do you put this kindly? She thought she was black, and she would adopt black things. I mean, I mean, not like black things are bad, but it's just that she clearly wanted to be, what's the word? A sister. So she would do things which would make her believe that she was, I wouldn't say black, like American, black American, but more African. So she would do the dance, she would dance like them. She would put up, I don't know what she would fucking put up. She would put up, which things that any other girl, not girl, any other woman who wants attention would put up. Like, yeah, you know, titty shots or whatever they put up on Instagram, the influencers nowadays that they do, because clearly they're influencing, and I'm not going to take away from people who are doing genuine work, but of course, for every one of those, there are about 1,000 or 2,000 who are just like, I'm an independent woman and I will express myself on Instagram the way I want to. Here are my tits. Yeah. And I suppose, you know, I'm no one to judge. They're your tits. It's your life. It's your Instagram handle. But coming back to this girl, it was hilarious because, yeah, she thought she was black and she wanted to sort of, and that's the problem, right? Like people talk about cultural appropriation, and that's something you probably heard on the previous episode, if the timing of this episode is right, where if people always think that if white people do blackface or brownface, it's offensive. But this Indian girl doing, being black, I think, oh, good Lord, I think, guys, I'm going to get a sneeze. I apologize. Good Lord, I felt good. That just came. Yeah. I did say that. Anyhow, so I think it's ridiculous that she thought that she was this person who was black inside and she really could express it. Because liking culture, liking African music, liking African people, liking African food, liking African, whatever African you might like, traveling to Africa, I think is absolutely fine. But pretending that you're African, fucking take it easy, sister, or whatever your fucking name is. I know her name, and I'm not one of those who wants to put it up there because I don't think she can listen. I don't think she listens to podcasts. I don't think she can listen. I don't think she. Yeah, just leave it at that. So what else is happening? I am just checking in on all of you, including myself, and it's one of those things, one of those weeks. It's been. And by the way, if you're listening to this on the day you do listen to it, I've recorded this a little earlier because I'll probably be in Goa. I mean, I am in Goa when this comes out, and I just wanted to do a proper recording as opposed to sometimes I'm like, I get carried away. I'm like, oh, let me do this on the beach. And next thing you have shit audio. It's just like, that's the beach, by the way. That's the sound of the beach. It's the wind in the mic. So I wanted to give you guys a standard that you have come to get. What you have, I hate these things. I always fuck it up. That you have, let me get it right. I want to give you a standard that you have come to get. No, that's not the line. What the fuck is wrong with me? That you have got accustomed to. I want to give you a standard that you've got accustomed to. How hard is that, fucking idiot? I'm sorry. Just one of those things. But there is a way of saying that instead of accustomed to, right? Like, I want to give you a standard that you've come to get used to, that you have used to. No, not used to. And this is a problem. I use with these sentences, right? When you went, I want to do it all over, overall, take over, overtake. These kind of ordering messes me up. And yeah, I don't blame myself. Fucking A. I've never. Can you think about this? You don't have to, but I was thinking about this, that I, out of the 39 years, 39 almost, years of my life, I have spent more time not reading. It's strange, right? And writing. So like, for instance, I could write till the age of maybe 20, 21. I could see what I was writing. I sign now. Just when I sign now, people look I don't know what they look like, but they're just like, sir. Because my signature every time is just squiggles, right? So squiggles can't be consistent unless you are a squiggly artist. And then your consistency lies in its beauty and the creative expression of your squiggles. Yeah. But I squiggle. My signature is a squiggle in the shape of some remote shape of my name. And yeah. Fucking, I remember a police officer once, yeah, as you do, yeah, I'd gone to get some certificates which I'd lost, done by the police station. And he's like, what is this signature? Put thumbprint. I'm like, motherfucker, I spent years living in university abroad. You think I'm going to put a thumbprint after fucking getting that his accent? I'm like, listen to the accent. Gives you a signature right there, bitch face, fucking constable, motherfucker. I didn't say that. I was like, okay, sir, no, please. You can't speak up against authority. You can't speak to the police in India like that because they will fucking lathi charge you. Now, I don't know. We can't. I mean, however cool we are, we think we're like, yeah, man, fucking cops, let them come. Sir, please, sir, please, I can't. So we become that. Anyway, so speaking about my thing, I'm not able to, I'm not able to write anymore. I can't see what I'm writing. So reading, forget. Reading, I stopped. I couldn't do it after, I don't know, 14, 15, like the thing is that the font size got larger and larger and larger. So I remember in university, I would have massive piles of paper and I was like, fucking hey, this is one class's lecture notes, like crazy. So yeah, I've become environmentally conscious, Greta Thunberg, because now I have no paper. I don't read, I don't even write. So I'm the perfect person to prevent or to slow down climate change. I don't consume the renewable, I don't drive, see, perfect. Yeah, fucking hey, this is something which no one thought of, how disabled people have a less negative carbon footprint than able motherfuckers. That's right, Greta Thunberg. You are not as cool as you think you are. Why am I coming back to this girl and this adult problem child? Or whatever she is. Because clearly, guys, did you think about this? If you are disabled right now and listen to this, we, as a community, which doesn't exist, we are people who come together because we share similar experiences, or we have similar stories of how we've overcome certain adversity. But we're not a community, okay? Just to put that point there. But we, fucking Greta, have a less carbon footprint. And all of you people who thought disabled people are a burden on this planet, we are not. I mean, we might make you drive on our behalf and go collect all these things, or we might use resources differently. But think about this. We don't need to drive. Yeah. We don't print out paper because we can't read what's on the paper. We don't write, so we waste less plastic in the form of pens or pencils. What else do we do which is different? We don't walk around as much. Maybe in a wheelchair, electric wheelchair, okay, we take a little electricity in the wheelchair, or we might computers, yeah, but maybe some canes which might use aluminum or plastic. We don't consume as much because we don't have as many opportunities to consume, you fuckers. So here is the announcement of the COP26 conference, disabled people and midgets, I think, consume even less. So I think they are like the winners. See, because, I mean, you want to go down that path, LGBTQ, that community, they consume, right? Like whether it's toys or whether it's transplants or implants, it's just, yeah, they're not a very sustainable community, if you want to call them that. And I'm going to get into a shitload of trouble for saying this, but this is a joke, guys. I'm trying to play Greta Thunberg's game by drawing attention to the fact that fucking hey, we're all in this mess together and change is inevitable. But to take a light note on it, yes, people who are vertically challenged, midgets and dwarfs, are the least burdensome on this planet. Besides, of course, other animals. I'm talking about strictly within the human range of impact. And our disabled people, I think, are a close second. So, if you are thinking that we are one of these smug climate activists, yeah, this is a time to sort of go up by a nice tree and fuck yourself. I'm joking. Don't have to fuck yourself. You can ask someone to fuck you, which it's your personal choice. But the smugness needs to stop. And I think that's a nice name. I was, in fact, just waiting for a title of the episode before I stopped. But that's it. The smugness needs to end on the SoapyRao Show. See, you work sometimes in mysterious ways. But yeah, so it's interesting how many years more have been spent where I've not been reading or writing. And does that make me a less fortunate and less this thing? Okay, let me just firstly say that, yeah, it doesn't physically mean just because you can read and write that literacy goes beyond that. But I played up to a certain standard where I was expected to do these things. I mean, which fucking idiot school fucking teacher or school board will force a child to read and write because it's the norm, right? Motherfucking standards. Stupid. Like every exam which is standardized is stupid. There, I said it, you fuckers. Because if you can't read, it doesn't mean you're illiterate. There are ways of doing it now. There's a tactile way of learning. There's, different ways of calculating them with numbers or with alphabets. You can teach a child. You don't have to fucking have these typical ways. Cursive writing. Go fuck yourself, cursive writing. Or whatever the style now is. And I hope, and I'm encouraged to hear that there are some people, I don't know why I'm suddenly going to this, encouraged, but I'm very excited to hear there are some teachers now, and maybe more than I am aware of, who are doing great work in helping children learn in different ways. And I think these archaic ways of teaching should end, because I clearly didn't benefit from it. I clearly benefited a lot more in the recent past from listening to audiobooks, listening to podcasts, listening to people speaking, listening to people interacting, listening to presenters or audiobook narrators talk about history, talk about things which I am really learning about and interests me. So where there is options, where there's opportunity, where there's choices, there is a way to learn. So that's my little bit of advice, or a little bit of thing to contribute to your life. There's no one solution. There's no one approach. There's no one way to get things done. And this is with everything in life. So remember that if you're in a bind and you're like, oh God, I can't fucking face this situation. There's a way to do it. It might not be something that comes to you immediately, but maybe something, it will be there. I was going to do a joke about something might come on you, but hey, let's not do sticky jokes. So don't stress. Don't get your panties in a bunch, because there will be something that comes to you, and you will find that you will surprise yourself. Like, hey, I didn't know. And that's why it's good once in a while to push yourself in corners which are not very comfortable. Get yourself into this is not easy. But yeah, that's when you discover, ooh, I didn't know that. Myself, Piyush Khanna, can do this. But yeah, that's probably few things that you can do with the name like Piyush. But that's one more thing that you thought, what is wrong with me today? One more thing that you could do that you thought that you couldn't do. Anyhow, I just wanted to say hello, and it's interesting, carbon footprint. Who would have thought, right? So if you are right now listening to this podcast, of course, as opposed to when, Sundeep, yeah, exactly. If you're a person listening to this right now and you are in some shape or form or in some way, you have a disability, remember this. Yeah, you don't have to, don't remember that. Remember the fact that you are a less carbon footprint and you are more favorable and beneficial to this environment and planet than Greta Thunberg. Greta Thunberg, whatever. Greta Thunberg, Greta Thunberg. Isn't that song by Imagine Dragons? Thunder. So yeah. And the smugness needs to end. Cool. I'll see you on another episode, or you'll hear me on another episode, whichever way you will be informed. All right. I hope you guys are good. I hope you guys are well. And I hope everything between is fine. So till next time, goodbye, God bless, and I will catch you on the other side. Cheers.